everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about an animal that I love, duck. Okay, this is an animal with the perfect amount of fat to meat ratio, packed with a unique flavor that you can't find in any other poultry, and that has a huge variety when it comes to cooking techniques and different recipes, such as duck confit to a seared duck breast, miso glazed, whatever you're wanting to do with it. And let's get to it. Let's get to cutting down a duck.
All right, so now you got your beautiful, beautiful duck, okay? You're gonna be making an incision down the neck, very similar to a chicken. And you're gonna be making kind of a T-shape down, right? Cutting, exposing that neck, exposing the windpipe, and cutting that excess skin around the duck neck, okay? Once you have that done, and you have that well cut, open, you want to be just taking your knife and cutting straight down, as close to the base of the duck as possible. And once you have that done, it's over. Set it off to the side. I don't use it for anything. Some people use duck neck for something, but me, not so much. Okay, so now you're gonna be then going for the collarbone there, the wishbone, as they say. And it's going to be the same principle. It's actually easier than a chicken because it's a little thicker. So you're going to be making an incision down. I would say it's a little bit different to a chicken where you're cutting actually down at the end there. You need to be curving your blade just a little bit there to kind of, yeah, release the wishbone from the meat and from the rest of the duck. Okay, following it up to the top and really exposing it. Okay, do the same thing on the other side. Again, curving your blade just a little bit. Once it's free, this guy is thick enough. It's a pretty big bone opposed to chicken, where you can just pull it straight off, making a quick incision on the top. Okay, have a feel for it. This comes with practice. I tell you, it comes with practice. And there you go, easy as that, pulling it out. Okay, set that off to the side. You can always do a wishing bone later. You can keep it in. Some people like keeping it in while roasting it. It's up to you, but personally I like taking it out because it's not necessary to have it. Let me just adjust the camera so you can see a little bit better. Next. All right, we're taking the wings, okay? Cutting through that excess skin, exposing the tendon, exposing the joint. And then once you have it, you just take it, your knife, and cut straight through. As easy as that, okay? You get set this off to the side. It's beautiful for roasting, cooking, deep frying, whatever you want to be doing with that. Doing the exact same thing on the other side. I mean, it's a very repetitive game here, right? You have two wings, you're gonna be wanting to do it on both. Next, we're gonna be taking a look at the legs. All right, so you want to be taking a quick incision, not cutting too much, because what I find is that there's a good amount of meat attached to the tail of the duck, and that's good meat as well. So you want to be careful of how much you take off, but essentially be cutting around the skin, which is thicker than a chicken, and exposing that meat while gently pulling that leg away. All right, that's going to avoid any mistakes that happen, and it's going to make it very visible, your work visible. All right, and once you have that done, quick incision there, bada boom, bada bing. just follow along with me. You're going to be wanting the same principle. T-bone down. Cut that open. Cut it. The duck doesn't have as much of an oyster meat, this nice piece of meat that's in there, and it's in this indentation in the bone. There's not much there. So don't worry too much about that. And then you just cut straight down. And if you're any luck has it, you got your beautiful, beautiful duck leg. I'm going to show you how to take the feet off later. Okay? But there you go. There you have it. Okay? You just rip it open, up, expose that joint, and cut it off. Super simple. Okay, you just need to get your knife nicely in that joint, and then you got your beautiful duck leg for whatever you have planned. Duck confit, roasted duck leg, And as you might guess, what's coming next? You repeat the same thing on the other side. Just cutting, gently pulling away, making incisions, and getting a good feel for it. Okay? We're cutting that in, getting that little bit of oyster meat. As you can clearly see, there is a little bit of meat there, but not as much as a chicken. Okay, you got beautiful duck. Again, you can do this the other way. You can take off the legs first and then do it, or you can do what I'm doing now and just taking off the legs after. I find I have more mobility. It doesn't really matter. Do what you want. It is your duck and it is your freedom. Okay. Next, we got the breast. Now this takes a little bit of precision and care. You cut straight down in one fluid motion, okay? Exposing that, cutting gently down, angling your knife just a bit to just run along that carcass of that chicken. And you can even sometimes, what I find helps is just taking your knife and just gently pushing a little bit like that, just pulling it away, because you'll find some of this meat will just kind of come off like it was made to be butchered, which it isn't. These are beautiful animals, but again, it does help with the duck butchery. You're cutting around. This comes to a little bit of the tricky point, and honestly, it's not that tricky. It's as easy as that. You're just cutting it through, and then you're gonna want to then cut the joint off as well. So I just cut down. Again, you can do this before taking off the duck breast or after. It's up to you. I have just more mobility when it's like that, and it's just easier to find the joint because there is no carcass attached to it, and you just kind of cut through, and you have a lot more freedom. All right, so, but a lot of chefs and a lot of people do it the other way, where they cut the joint off or even keep it on. And there you go, you just cut straight through, find that joint, and there you go. Beautiful piece of meat. You can use this however you want. I can maybe leave some comments. I can show you how to do it. And again, the duck breast, beautifully seared. You're gonna want to do some scoring as well, if you're planning to sear that to render out the fat. And again, here we are, folks. Here we are, my people. We're repeating the same thing on the other side. Just cutting through, gently pulling away with the knife and exposing that meat, and with precision long cuts, taking that beautiful duck breast off. So there's a bone right there, so you need to kind of cut around the bone. The other one came off super easy because the bone detached. This one, you're gonna need to then go around, and it's gonna be a little more difficult, but again, not super hard. Just you gotta find that joint and cut around and play around with it a little bit, you know. There you go. There you go. You got a beautiful duck breast with attached drum. And you got your carcass as well. Carcass, it has, yeah, those bones, again, they're going to be, so the other one attached, that what made it so easy to take off. And then the other one stayed on. That's why you saw it a little more difficult to do it. They do break. But again, there it is. Beautiful duck breast. You can use the pieces however you want. And the carcass is beautifully cooked for sauces and stocks.
And that is how you process a whole duck. Legs, trims, fat, breast, all concluded and getting ready for the next step of cooking. If this video has helped you with understanding whole birds and getting more confident with them, please smash that like button. Don't hesitate to share this video with friends and family so they can also get confident with duck butchery as well. And if you're interested in seeing videos in the future like this, please hit that subscribe button. It would really help me a lot and help this channel grow. Thank you and have a great day.